Well, welcome back to Intex streaming live over skysportnext via YouTube, bringing you the New Zealand Secondary School Singles semi-finals in partnership with Somerset Retirement Villages and New Zealand Secondary School Sports Council. The TV match this time, the semi-final between Nathan Trowell, Gisborne Boys High School, and Sean Perry, Southland Boys High School. The other semi-final of the main event is Matthew Tosh, Verdon College from Invercargill, and Sam Landers from Hawara High School.
Sean Perry in this game was no stranger to this mat after yesterday. He was the runner-up in the New Zealand Junior Singles. He's playing against a very accomplished young bowler in Nathan Trowell from Gisborne Boys High School, who has just pulled out a big effort on the last end to top yesterday's champion, his cousin Matthew Foster. And in the plate event, we've got another Foster in the semi-finals. Dylan Foster, Matthew's younger brother from Gisborne Boys, is playing Sarah Burke from Mount Maunganui College, and Matthew Adlam from Mount Maunganui College is playing AJ Bond from Fielding High School. Just seeing how we're starting off on the first end here. Both players will just be getting used to the mat at this stage. Nathan, I think, is playing the blue bowls, so he'll be reasonably happy with the way things are shaping up here.
There's no time limit in this game, which will be 10 ends.
So I think you'll find, Trevor, won't you, that the players will certainly take their time over their shots, consider their options before playing. Looks like that hand is drawing very nicely, and Nathan could be holding 3 shots here. Sean's looking to promote one of the oranges, and he has got a great result there. Now holding a toucher right on the front of the jack, and the only bowl behind the jack is also an orange bowl. Just shows how one bowl can change your head in a real hurry.
Similar things happened between these two yesterday. They played the semi-final of the New Zealand Junior Singles on the same mat, and Sean played a few telling bowls with his 4th bowl when Nathan was holding good position. So a little bit of deja vu. That's one to Sean Perry, leads 1-0 after one end.
One thing I've noticed is these players from the deep south seem to really appreciate the warm weather in Wellington. They're quite often seen in t-shirts and shorts. I'm personally not sure how they do it, but they seem very comfortable, which is the main thing. Nathan about to play his first bowl on the second end. Looks to be well weighted and in a nice little position at the back. Sean's first bowl not quite touching the kitty, but in a very good position and holding the shot, which always puts the pressure on the opposition.
Changed his hand with the second bowl, trying to cover the blue. A good back bowl.
That's Sean's father in the reddish sweatshirt there, watching keenly. Nathan's bowl has not quite got him the shot, but it's certainly opened up the head and exposed that orange bowl. So Sean, it'll be very important for him to add another one onto the head here, or he may find himself in a spot of bother. Still coming down on that nice drawing hand on the backhand. Appears to have beautiful green.
And good weight top bowl. straddling the jack.
Nathan's probably got a couple of options here. He could follow that one down just at a draw, look to get around the front blue, or he could actually choose to play another foot of weight and promote the front blue. There he goes on the backhand. Looks like he's just trying to play with a little weight. Beautiful weight. Just slid under the head, but that'll give him a great idea for next time. I'm sure Sean will be looking to sit one of those orange bowls down and secure its position on the head now.
Let's see how he shapes up here. He's going to play his forehand, and he'll be looking to sit that left-hand bowl down. Just a little underweighted.
No need to have another look. Everything still looks the same the way it did for Nathan's last bowl. He's just got to make that slight adjustment. And he appears to have done so. Oh, very
bowl
unlucky.
fell back. Very, very unlucky.
Couldn't have played it any better, but sometimes the bowls roll your way, don't they, Trevor? And sometimes they don't.
They've been telling me for 50 years that it's just bowls. I just breathe deeply through my nose.
So my colleague Trevor here has been involved in the tournament since its inception in 2008, and we've seen a fine quality of bowlers coming through. The first ever champion, I think, in the singles was someone called Terry Anderson, who now plays for the New Zealand team. She's a fantastic bowler, still very young, and she was the inaugural winner of the New Zealand secondary school singles. It's also been won by Aidan Zitterstein. Now, Aidan Zitterstein is from Taranaki, and he has got the distinction of being the Cook Islands' first ever medalist at the Commonwealth Games. He won a medal for them. I think it was the bronze medal in the pairs on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, that's correct, Neil. We've had a number of prominent outdoor bowlers feature in this tournament over the years. Others coming to mind are Jonty Horwell from Otago, Caleb Hope, formerly of Southland but now of Hutt Valley, and
Sheldon Baggery Howley.
Sheldon Baggery Howley, all members of the New Zealand squad. Well, Jonty's not currently, but has been.
And the other one would be Seamus Curtin. I seem to recall that he might have beaten my son in the final of the pairs one year. And Seamus Curtin has gone on to represent New Zealand at outdoor bowls. Updates from the other semi-finals. Matthew Tosh and Sam Landers are tied at 2-all after 2 ends. AJ Bond leads Matthew Adlam 3-2 after 3 ends. Sarah Burke 3 leads Dylan Foster leads Dylan Foster 0 after 2 ends.
Dylan Foster, playing in the plate event, has done very well to reach the semi-finals. He had an allergic reaction to an insect bite last night and spent most of the night at hospital receiving treatment. I understand they got back to their motel at 5:30 this morning, so it's a great effort to still be playing at this stage of the day.
So Nathan has scored on that event, on that end. How many did he pick up there, Trevor?
They're just putting it up on the board out there. It looks like 1. No, can't see. Yeah, 1.
1. So Sean Perry 2-1 up after 3 ends. Nathan has made a great effort with his opening bowl here. He's holding a very good shot. Sean following him down. And that is also a cracker of a bowl.
great response.
Very good positional bowl there from Nathan.
Gave it every chance. It didn't draw quite as fast as he thought it might, but ended up in a very good position.
That presents Nathan a couple of opportunities. He could just draw patiently again and see if he can get a little more turn, or he could play the front orange up onto the blue and nick out the shot orange, but we'll see what he plays.
Well, I think he's going for that plant, but he's doing it on his backhand.
I think he's just drawing, maybe
He's
looking
just drawing
to shift.
to shift it to the back bowl. Or perhaps set up his next one.
Sean playing his forehand, looking to come past the head this time. You never know, that could be useful yet.
Yeah. Sean's a very quick bowler. It doesn't take long to make a decision as to what shot he's going to play.
Whereas Nathan is quite often up at the head, really calculating through his options. But they're both very fine bowlers in their own right. Playing positively here.
Played it beautifully.
Oh, look at
What a
that.
shot.
It just shows here how quickly things can change. An orange holding a good shot, and now he's looking at being 2 or 3 down, playing his last.
He hasn't mucked around. He's a little bit short. Needed to be a bit more positive there. But it looks like 2.
So that put Nathan Trowell of Gisborne Boys into the lead by 3 points to 2 after 4 ends.
Yeah. And a good opening bowl here from Nathan. Behind the jack. Little under green. That's most unusual from Sean.
Nathan's looking to switch hands here. Would just be covering that orange. Getting between the orange and the kitty. It's in a pretty handy position. Still plenty of options there for Sean though. Played with great weight last time. A little bit more green, he'll be able to pull that kitty right
He's
through.
Made the correction, or not quite. I think you'll find Nathan playing his backhand again, looking to cover those orange bowls.
Certainly what he's after, Trevor. He could sit the blue down and sit on the oranges. That's
It's made it very difficult now for Sean.
so Sean will be looking to open up something here. He has got the last bowl.
Just held on him with the weight. Played with very good weight for this. He was trying to push the kitty through there.
Nathan would just be keen with his last bowl not to set up anything more of a target. Perhaps something that's still in the count but slightly short of the head could be useful. Another one right on the kitty on the forehand wouldn't go amiss either. Yes, that looks like what he's trying to do. Sit right on the kitty. That's good at the moment.
Well, I know what you would play here, Neil. We'll just see what Sean does. He's played this with weight. He's played a cracker.
That's what I'd be playing. But I would say that Sean's played it a lot better than either of us would have.
Could be.
Oh,
it was still the
so
blue.
Unlucky. One blue, but
A
tell
good
you what,
save.
from being 3 or 4 down, that's not a bad result at all. 4-2 to Nathan after 5 ends. So there's a fair contrast of experience with our competitors here today. We've got some who, they could be heading up towards being 18 years of age. They might have been playing for 7, 8, 9 years. I know boy in blue, in green, who you can see in the background shot sometimes, is just there. That's Bradley Barton from Verdon College. He's playing pairs with Matthew Tosh tomorrow, who we saw take out the first quarter final. And I understand that Bradley has only been playing for 4 or 5 weeks. And he qualified in the singles today. So that's quite some effort.
It's one of the features of the secondary school pairs. In particular, there's usually a good bowler at a college looking for someone who has to come from the same college to play pairs with. And there's been a number of bowlers over the years who've been introduced to the sport. They turn up to play with the experienced player and are real novices to the sport. And they go away having caught the bug and become quite good bowlers. 2009, Terry Anderson won with a fellow pupil from Newlands College called James Halpin, who'd been playing. He hadn't played in a tournament before the singles, day before the pairs, and they went on and won it.
It's quite amazing, isn't it? Looks like Nathan's starting to really enjoy this, Matt. He's a very steady draw bowler.
He's a little bit underdone here.
Commentator's curse again, I think, Trevor.
We can't see the angle here, but
could still be holding the shot.
He could still be holding the shot, otherwise he may have been a little bit more positive with that. But there's a good opportunity here for Sean if he plays it correctly. Swing around that bowl, it looks short enough to do that.
Okay.
And remove the blue bowl and get 3.
Just some updates from our other games. The other main event semi-final, Sam Landers now has a healthy lead of 9-2 over Matthew Tosh after 6 ends. Dylan Foster has gone out to a 7-4 lead over Sarah Burke. And AJ Bond, very tight game there, 5-4 up over Sarah Adlin after 6 ends. And I think here Sean has played a cracker with his last bowl and maybe got the shot, has he?
He's getting down to play. I don't know whether he got 1 or 2 there.
I'm sure we'll soon find out.
He's done
it was 2 shots.
It was
okay.
2 shots. That's 4 all after 7 ends. 6 ends.
6 ends. 4 all now.
4 all. That was a great last bowl there by Sean Perry. Over the 2 days of singles, he's used his 4th bowl to great effect.
Well, it's the great thing about singles. You've got 4 bowls. Sometimes it only takes 1 of them.
little shorter end this time. And
that ball was just held out a little bit more than some of the other ones.
well, it looked like it hit a bump on the mat there, but that might be just the TV. Not sure.
Looks like Sean's landed pretty close to the kitty there and would be holding one. He has one bowl left, Nathan has two. Nathan, I'm sure, will be looking for a positive draw up that line as well.
Yep, beautiful.
Yes, he would be probably narrowly holding the shot. Interesting, Sean's playing the forehand here.
He's playing with weight.
Oh, okay, one in, one out.
That was a very dangerous shot, but he could have it.
Oh, I think Nathan might be holding there, but...
Oh, I don't know.
No, perhaps not. Oh, great close-up there from our
Cameraman.
partners at Entech. Oh, well,
No.
Nathan must think he's holding
Nathan's
the shot.
holding the shot. Just shows you how deceptive that back view is.
Yes, the shot's conceded by Sean Perry, and that puts Nathan Trowell into a 5-4 lead after 7 ends of 10.
Another great exhibition of bowls from these two players.
Sean's looking to play the forehand. Okay, this end's certainly wide open at this early stage. Plenty of room for either player to take charge, drop one right on the kitty and put the pressure on. Nathan's second bowl appears to be slightly better weighted. Yes, he's drawn in, probably sitting an inch or two in front of the jack, but certainly holding the shot at the moment. Updates from our other games. The other main event semi-final, Matthew Tosh is making a bit of a comeback there. He's now 5-9 behind Sam Landis with 2 ends to go. Dylan Foster leads Sarah Burke 8-4 with 3 ends to go. And Sarah Adlam in the other plate semi-final holds a 10-5 lead over AJ Bond. Sorry, that was Matthew Adlam.
Nathan Trowell just played a very good bowl there. Moved the kitty back slightly and sitting there holding at least one shot. Sean's playing the forehand.
It's looking good if it rests on that blue.
Yeah,
Oh,
very
came through
good
and
bowl.
grabbed the kitty itself. Top bowl there. Definitely one orange now. One bowl left for each player. So Nathan has one bowl to recover it with. Otherwise, Sean would have a chance to draw for a second shot and the lead with his last bowl. Sure, Nathan will be following Sean's bowl down, similar track. Here it comes.
He's not up. Most uncharacteristic bowl.
Say Sean will play the backhand here. If he just comes up even to the front of his previous bowl, he'd be looking at picking up 2.
And he's done that easily.
So that's 2 shots to Sean Perry, and after 8 of 10 ends, Sean Perry leads Nathan Trowell 6 points to 5. We've found our first finalist. In the other semi-final, Sam Landis must have scored something on the 9th end and he has beaten Matthew Tosh and will take his place in the final. Sam Landers was the plate winner at the junior singles yesterday.
Good response there from Nathan Trowell. On a toucher. And it's been removed by Sean.
And we've just heard that Matthew Adlam has beaten AJ Bond in one of the plate semi-finals, so he'll be taking part in the plate final. Here comes Nathan Trowell with his second bowl, looking to get just around that orange. He's certainly got some options there. And Dylan Foster is leading 10-5 on the last end of the other plate semi-final. Fantastic chance here for Nathan to play between the blue and the orange, or possibly push the blue up. There's plenty of options if he plays just with a good positive weight on that side of the mat. He's got 2 or 3 chances. Let's see what happens. Gap. That should be very close, I would think. Sean will be looking to come down, I would think, and replace that blue bowl. Just sit on the front of the kitty.
Very short.
Just a little short.
Narrow. Well, he's narrow more than short. That was a good way to get into the gap. Nathan's got a very good chance here. If he gets the edge of that orange bowl, he can push that through and set himself up for a big score here. He gets this dead right.
And even if he's a fraction wide, he's still a great chance to pick up 1 or 2. It's just holding a bit, but he might, yes.
He's done enough to get the
enough
shot.
for 1.
And that'll make it, make it 9 all playing the last end.
6 all, I think.
6 all.
6 all, 9 ends, yep. But anyone's game here. Let's see, you couldn't ask for much more pressure than this in a game of singles. All square last end. Who's going to respond the better with their early bowls? Nathan playing the forehand. Appears to be well weighted here. This looks like a very good opener. Slightly past the kitty, but in a very good place. Sean's opting for the backhand. Rolling on. It's just going to come up past the blue bowl. Also behind the head, so you never know when those bowls could come in useful. The final score in the other plate semi-final was Dylan Foster 13, Sarah Burke 5. So we've got Dylan Foster in the plate final. Here comes Nathan's second bowl.
Just seems to hold a little bit on that hand if you go that extra, take that extra bit of green.
Here comes Sean following Nathan down this time.
And this one will hook across.
Just a little short.
Well, that was a bit tentative, I feel.
It only takes 1 bowl though.
Yes. This is a huge bowl for Nathan. He really needs to cut Sean off here.
Study and concentration. Well, there's still room there, but
Still room, but he's playing
Nathan's
3.
holding the 3 shots and they're all pretty consistent. Of course, Sean will have the last laugh, so if Sean can get it with his last bowl, then obviously Nathan won't have a reply. And Sean could be, holding the shot there. It's very close. Nathan's just got to follow through the same way as last three have come, and he'd be almost certain to get a good result. Taking his time. This is a big bowl. Here it comes.
On its way.
And it well, I'm sure Sean will be going down to have a look at that.
He got into that. He got in that line. With all four bowls, really needed to be an inch narrower, and I think he would have had a great result. Big bowl here. I think he needs to play it.
Yeah, if you thought you had the shot on this one, you wouldn't be willing to play another bowl if you were orange.
Yeah.
So let's assume he's playing as if he's one down. Here he comes.
He's given it a real nudge here.
A great bowl here. Oh, yes.
Yes, he has done it.
Orange. That's the win to Sean Perry from Southland Boys High School.
Makes his second final in 2 days.
And the second time in 2 days he's beaten Nathan in the semi-final.
Yes.
Well, these are certainly two bowlers to watch coming through the ranks in our game. Nathan has already played for the top 8 for his Poverty Bay Patterson Trophy team. And I'm sure Sean wouldn't be too far away from stepping up to those sort of honours in Southland either.
My understanding he's making his rep debut next weekend for Southland.
Great, fascinating semi-final.
Yes.
Unlucky for Nathan here, who's with me. Nathan, how long have you been playing the game of bowls for, mate?
About 6 years.
6 years, and I hear huge family playing the game. How many of your family actually play this game, including cousins?
Probably about 8 or 9 of us.
8 or 9, all right. I bet you that's a huge family rivalry back in Gisborne.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, playing the Peers, and I believe you're a defending champion for tomorrow, is that right?
Yeah, I'm playing with Akuata Keelan, so it'll be good to defend our title.
Hey, all good luck with that, and also good luck for the bronze medal match you've got coming up. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're just waiting for Sean, who decided to walk off for a little drink or something, I'm not sure. Sean, well done on that. And obviously yesterday, beating finalist in the main event yesterday, was that right? So hopefully you go one better today, is that the plan?
Yep.
And how long have you been playing for, mate?
4 years.
4 years, and what got you into the game of bowls?
My cousin had some roll-ups, so I decided to go along, and ever since.
Oh, yeah. And where's that from?
Down in, he's done it for the school. So.
Okay, we won't keep you, Sean. Hey, good luck for the final, and thank you everyone else. We'll be back shortly with a live feed from the final. Thank you.